Hello guys, this is Space Office Vlogs here. Had a interesting conversation with my mother today. I've been pretty much spending the entire day, since I got up with her. Which is weird, I don't usually spend that much time with her. But, yeah. Pretty much, I would imagine from like 5 to like the last 30 minutes, I would say, have been more or less spent with her and my sister Pierre and her boyfriend, fiance. I'm not entirely sure what he is to her. Andy was talking to her, of course, but he hasn't really been in the room for a while now, a couple hours. Now, anyone who knows me knows that I am very much a very open atheist. A agnostic atheist, if people want to put labels on it. Agnostic atheist. I don't claim to know with any certainty, at least, that God does not exist. I think that Gnosticism, which is claiming that you know for certain, I think that on both extremes is stupid. I think it is stupid to claim that you have absolute knowledge that God exists, and for you to claim that you have absolute knowledge that God does not exist. Because as far as I'm aware, that is a claim that can't possibly be argued reasonably. It can be argued unreasonably, but I don't think you can argue it reasonably. Another thing that people who know me would probably say is that I have very strong opinions, and that when I am engaged with people who hold opinions contrary to those positions, I tend to get very passionate. I tend to get very, very passionate. And I remember, maybe I even made a video about it at some point a while ago, I don't know. But there was a video that I was watching based on a fucking British YouTuber, I think, trans YouTuber from Britain. So someone who isn't even in the country, whose government has no influence at all with us. What she is dealing with has no bearing at all with us. It was just different. She was a different person than what my mom accepts, and I acknowledge that. She's a Christian, I'm an atheist. We're going to have difference of opinion, which is fine. But if you're going to have a conversation with someone that is going to have differing opinions, maybe, I don't know, think a little bit before you speak. That's all I'm saying. Not every opinion needs to be voiced. Okay? And if you're going to voice these opinions, and you know that the person you're voicing them to is probably not going to agree with you, maybe phrase it in a way that isn't complete fucking abhorrent. Okay? She told me, and this isn't the first time that she's done this, that if I was gay, I'm not, but whatever, but that if I was gay, or any other thing other than straight, then she would have disowned me and would have had nothing to do with me. And she claims that she loves me. Well, if you love somebody, you accept them for who they are. You don't have to agree with every aspect of themselves. I don't agree that she's I don't really agree with her beliefs in Christianity. But I'm not fundamentally discriminating against her. I disagree with her civically. We have civil conversations of disagreement. But I'm not fucking denouncing her humanity. I'm not denying her compassion or empathy or acceptance. She has all that, despite the fact that I don't agree with a lot of what she fucking says. And the positions that she holds. I think that a lot of her positions are fucking disgusting and abhorrent. But she has the right to believe in whatever the fuck she wants. And to hold whatever opinions that she wants. Because at the end of the day, this is a free country and people can have opinions that are disgusting. I'm not going, in any real likelihood, to accept a vast majority of her positions simply because they're fucking disgusting. But she has the right to believe them. And I would fight for her right to hold them. I don't want her to lose those rights. Her rights should be protected all the goddamn time. Okay? But when you say to your own son, by the way, to your own son, repeatedly, that if he wasn't this, you would have disowned him. I'm sorry, but that's not love. That's not something you say to your son. You know, you don't say this to anyone, but you certainly don't say it to your children. You know? I would never, in a million lifetimes, ever say that if you were this and not this, I would disown you. I would have nothing to do with you, and I would treat you as less than a human. Obviously, I'm going to have an opinion that is going to be very, very strong. I disagree with her. I find a lot of what she said and her arguments disgusting. Because that's what they were. They were very disgusting, abhorrent positions. And when I talked to her about it, probably about half hour ago at this point, maybe not quite, but you know what I mean, a while ago, that what she was saying was very, very disgusting, she said, I don't care. And I know, you don't care. That's the fucking problem. That's the problem with a lot of fucking people in this world. They don't care about the people that they hurt. Because they don't view them as people. We had an argument about who goes into heaven and hell. And her position is that you have to believe in God. Cool. Sure, I agree with that. You have to believe in God. Okay? Adolf Hitler believed in God. The SS, in order to be in the SS, you had to be a Christian. You had to confess a belief in Christianity. You couldn't possibly be in the SS and not be Christian. That was like literally on their belt buckles. You had to be Christian. You couldn't be anything other than Christian. If you were anything other than Christian and you were discovered, you probably got killed. Okay? So, as soon as that realization that, oh shit, the thing that I say gets you into heaven is inconvenient, now all of a sudden that doesn't get you into heaven. When it became inconvenient, when she realized that it was inconvenient for her argument, she modified it. She wasn't consistent. Okay? Well, if belief doesn't get you into heaven, and your behavior on earth doesn't get you into heaven, the fuck gets you into heaven? That's the problem. You don't know. You don't think that belief gets you in, and you don't think that what we do gets you in. Which means that both at the same time doesn't get you in. Because those things independently won't get you in. And then she's like, we have a choice. Okay, But the choices basically are, I become a slave to your God, or I cease to exist. I can't possibly go anywhere else. I can't go to a lesser heaven. I can't, you know what I mean? I can't just go to a version of heaven that's not as good. I can't go to that. I can't choose to go to Valhalla or to the Elysian Fields. My choices are basically be a slave, or, with her interpretation, be tortured, enslaved, or tortured. These are awful fucking choices. And I can't opt to not fucking use one of these. I have to either be enslaved, or I have to be tortured. I can't just not fucking, I can't just die. I can't just fucking die. I can't have lived my life as a good, honest person and end. I can't fucking rest. I have to fucking endure this torment for eternity. Either I'm enslaved forever in heaven, or I'm being tortured forever in hell. These are awful fucking afterlives. The only reason people think that heaven is this wonderful fucking thing is they don't fucking think about it. You think about it for 2 seconds. It's probably wonderful for 100 years. It's probably wonderful for 500 years. It might even be wonderful for 1,000 years. But what happens when you have done every single thing you have ever wanted to do a million times? What do you do when you have ate every fucking type of dish from every fucking part of the world? And you have walked every fucking street and path. You have climbed every mountain. You have visited every country and state in the Union. You have plucked every type of flower and saw every fucking meaningful landmark. If you live forever, that means that you could visit the entire universe. It doesn't matter. If you are dead, that means that there really is no reason for you to not be able to go into the past. Which means that you should thus be able to, in heaven, be able to relive every fucking day since the dawn of time. There should be no reason why you shouldn't be able to go to the very first instant of the universe and experience the universe at a 1-to-1 scale from this infinitesimally inconsequential fucking speck of nothing to more than a Google years into the future, where the last fucking energy anything fucking equals out to nothing. There's no reason why you couldn't be able to do that. And then guess what? You have that amount of time again and again and again. You could experience the entirety of the universe infinitely in an infinite number of ways. There's no reason why, theoretically, you couldn't live every life that has ever been lived an infinite number of times. After all, who's to say that you want Julius Caesar, or Augustus, or Hannibal in an alternate life, in a previous or future life? Who's to say that the child that you yelled at in Walmart yesterday isn't you in 500 lifetimes? You don't know. You can't say for any certainty that isn't you from 500 lifetimes from now, or that it wasn't you last time. You don't know. You don't know. It's silly for you to thus argue that you have any more idea of what happens after we die than I do. And guess what? I'm not arguing that I have any idea. What I am arguing for is that I have lived my life thus far about 33 years. January 17th, I'll be enjoying my next birthday. I've lived my life to the best of my ability in a way that I think is decent. I've done bad things. Yes, I admit I've done bad things. But I'm not seeking the acceptance of nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to try to fucking be approved by every person that has ever fucking listened to my voice, or who's ever had a conversation with me. Because that's impossible. I can't fucking please everyone. But I can at least live my life in a way that I can live with. In a way that I can look at myself in the mirror and be like, okay, I can look at this man and I can at least tolerate what he's done. I have made mistakes. I have voiced opinions that I'm sure have been very negative and have hurt people's feelings. I can't do anything about that. Those actions were taken. Those opinions were expressed. I can't do anything about that. They were voiced and they were done. That's why I don't really see much value in apologizing, because it doesn't change nothing. You know, it doesn't alter what I did, or what I said, or didn't do, or didn't say. I have to live with what I say, or what I do, or not do. You know what I mean? I can't do anything otherwise. All I can do is say that I'm going to live my life in a way that I'm going to try to minimize the suffering in the world in whatever way I can. And maybe I will die and I won't be remembered. You know, maybe, 100 years from now, people will find my YouTube channels and various stories I've posted and read things that I posted on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And it won't make one iota of damn difference. Maybe. But if even a bit of my life has in any way positively affected someone's life, just one person, one time, in any way, shape, or form, then I will be happy. I'm not trying to be Alexander the Great. I'm trying to be me. And I'm hoping that you will try to be you. Whoever you are. Be it a boy or girl, young or old, atheist, theist, whatever it is. That if you watch this video and you get to this point, that you're happy with who you are and you can live with yourself. If I was to die right now and this got uploaded, someone went through the phone, saw that I made this, and after watching it decided that this deserves to be uploaded. If this was the last thing I post, I would like to think that in hindsight people would agree that he was a good man. And that if heaven exists and is where the good people go, then that's where I'll be. You know what I mean? I believe, as an atheist, if belief is applicable here, I believe that what we do should matter more than what we think. Because that's ultimately what faith is. It's what you believe. That's what you think. You can think anything. You can think that black people are inferior to white people. You can think that being gay is an abomination. And that anyone that is gay should be fucking killed. You can think that all you want. But guess what? Jesus didn't and wouldn't agree with you. Jesus would have accepted them because we are all, from your fucking religion, the sons and daughters of him. And I do realize that, with the beard and the hair being what it is, and, maybe this, I almost kind of, if this was, maybe, I think I like a toga, I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at myself right now, and I'm like, damn, man, like, I could cosplay as Jesus. I could probably do it pretty well. Get a tan, really. Get a tan. And I could probably pass for at least a halfway decent Jesus. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I think that people put way too much goddamn emphasis on what they believe, and they don't put enough emphasis on what they do and their justifications. As I've said many a time, I don't care that you believe in God. I care about why you believe in God. The fact that you believe is irrelevant to me. To me, that's trivial. That's whatever. Why? That's the conversation I want. I want to know why. I want to understand the underlying justifications. Is it simply because it brings you comfort? Well, you can get that somewhere else. And in other ways you can get that. Is it community? You can get community with secular organizations. There's nothing unique about religion that gives you fucking community. It's just a way to get community. And if the only reason why you're fucking interacting with your society is because of religion, well, then you're probably not doing it right. You should socialize with people because you exist in that society, and you should want to engage with that society. You should want to interact with that and be engaged because you live in it. Don't you want it to be better? Don't you want it to be a better society for not just yourself, but to your friends and your descendants? Don't you want to be able to say, I planted a tree whose shade I will not sit under, but whose shade will provide shelter for someone else? That's the mentality I want. I want the mentality of, we will plant this tree so that our sons and their sons may one day build a swing on it. So that children, long after we are gone and we are dust, may come to this tree and sit on that swing and find enjoyment and fun and enjoy the gift that is life. Enjoy the community who planted that tree, who watered that tree, who ensured that that tree remained so that it could get strong enough for someone to put a swing on its branches for you, the child, to then swing upon. or the society that saw the homeless man and gave him food and gave him home and gave him education so that he may one day elevate himself on his own merits, so that one day his sons, his daughters, may never have to suffer the injustices of homelessness. That's a society I want. I want the country to come together. We don't have to agree on everything, but on the fundamentals, we should all agree that it is better that the society takes care of itself. How you treat those that are less fortunate than you, how you treat those is how you should be treated. I think, I agree with that. I believe, I think that was Jesus who might have said that. How you treat the lesser of us is how you shall be treated. You know? And I'm fucking... I don't know if it comes through. I don't know. It's just... I don't know. I don't know if the passion, because like right now, I'm feeling energy right now, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel it. Okay. I've said my piece. I'm fucking cold. It's like half an hour of me doing this. I did not expect it to be this long. But yeah. So, have a nice day. I'm going inside. It's fucking cold.